Howdy folks, today I'd like to take a casual peek into the Marvel Legends Heroic Age Iron Man action figure set from Hasbro. This set is part of a special wave of Marvel Legends, one dedicated to Iron Man. And this particular wave also contains the Build-A-Figure parts for the comic version of Ironmonger. This Heroic Age Iron Man set was also part of the first half of the releases of this particular wave and was first available in 2013. I got this set in 2013 when I found it at a Target and paid $15 for the set. Taking a look at the Heroic Age Iron Man, what I think is also considered the modular Iron Man or the bleeding edge armor Iron Man, and you can see the figure here, very cool. And also you could see the Build-A-Figure part for Ironmonger, which is the left leg, I believe. Yeah, pretty cool. And what's cool also is the packaging design, the backing card, very cool with the Avengers logo behind there. And of course Iron Man at the top of the backing card. Here we have the back of the packaging. And we have a nice picture of the figure and an artist rendition of the character. And over here we have a very brief description of the Heroic Age Iron Man, and you can see the reference to Bleeding Edge there. Kind of cool. At the bottom edge of the card we have here a nice picture of an assembled Ironmonger. Very cool. I'm very much looking forward to getting this put together. And here we have basically descriptions of the other figures in this special wave of Marvel Legends. We have here Iron Patriot, the comic version of Iron Patriot, and classic Iron Man. And we have three other unrevealed figures that'll be coming soon. According to this, in the fall of 2013, but I have a feeling that it's going to be sooner than the fall, probably early summer, by the time we get these figures. Now we'll be right back and have this Heroic Age Iron Man out of the packaging. Okay, we're back and we have the Heroic Age Iron Man out of the packaging, and it's quite a nice figure. I really like how they designed this particular figure. And before we get into the figure in more detail, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the items that are included in this set. And first up, we have here a sheet inside the armor vault. And it's basically a checklist of sorts of the Ironmonger parts that are needed to put together a comic version of Ironmonger. And you can see here already X'd out is the Heroic Age Iron Man, and it comes with the left leg, and then you have 6 other pieces or 5 other pieces that you can put together an Ironmonger figure. And on the right here we have inside the armor vault number 3 of 6, basically detailing a little bit more about the particular figure in this set, and that's the Heroic Age Iron Man. And you got a nice description there, pretty brief. And also, if you want to read more about this particular Iron Man, you can take a look at Invincible Iron Man number 25 on there, and you got more description here on the bottom. Nothing on this side here. Next thing we'll take a look at is the Build-A-Figure part that comes included, and that's the left leg of Ironmonger. And it's pretty cool. If you can see all of the parts together, you'll know that this particular Ironmonger is pretty much like the 4-inch scale Marvel Iron Man 2 line. And there was a comic Ironmonger in blue, and it looks like they upsized it to a Build-A-Figure status in the Marvel Legends line. And you can see this is the left leg, and it looks very similar in design to that 4-inch version of Ironmonger. And it's pretty cool, and it's got this nice metallic blue sheen to it, and a very interesting way they applied the paint on here, and we'll go into that more detail when you get into the Ironmonger figure. But it looks a lot better in person than it does on the video screen. It's really quite impressive, I think. And you can also see some swirls in the blue on there. You can see it right here. I think adds to the figure, at least to this part. You can see some detailing on the bottom of the foot there, also along the edges of the foot. Very cool, and I can't wait to put this together. Now, this is the Build-A-Figure part that comes with the Heroic Age Iron Man, and that's the left leg of Ironmonger. Next, let's go ahead and take a look at the Heroic Age Iron Man figure, and I gotta say that I'm really impressed with the way they designed this, especially the materials used. It's very nice, nicely designed. It's not too common to see this particular design on an action figure, at least the typical action figure. And what I'm talking about is what looks like the paint application on this. Typically on your normal action figure, at least released here in the Western states, typically the paint is applied on top of the plastic. And the way this is designed, it looks like it's within the plastic. I don't know if it's underneath or if there's a layer of plastic on top of the paint, or maybe it's injected into the plastic. I don't know, but the paint is not on top of the figure, and at least in the majority of places. It's actually within the plastic, and it's actually really well done. You don't really have to worry about paint scratching on here because there's a layer of plastic on top of the paint. It's very, very cool, and it really adds a lot of depth and detail, I think, on here. And you can really see it on the torso. I'm not sure if you could see it on the torso through the video screen, but if you see it in person, it looks very, very cool. And I really wish Hasbro would do this a lot more with metal-like figures, at least figures that have metal or at least armor with a gloss type, instead of using gloss plastic on top. If they could use this, whatever scheme they use to get the paint within the plastic, I think it's actually quite neat on here. But taking a look at just the Heroic Age Iron Man in more detail, you could see this is from the more recent storylines within the last couple years. This particular suit of Iron Man, I don't know too much about it. I'm actually just reading some issues where he's already utilizing this armor, and so I don't know the origins. I think it's from the aftermath of the Extremis armor, I believe. And this is, I guess, the next step in Tony Stark's designs of his suits. And it's actually quite neat, and I believe all of the material used is within his body, and he just mentally produces it on command when assembling the suit. And it's actually quite neat. You can see here, starting with the head, you got the typical type of head design for Iron Man with the two prongs of over here, and you got the typical color scheme of red and gold on there. Actually quite nice, and you can see starting with the eyes there. This, I believe, is painted or tampoed on top of the figure. One of the few cases where that's the case, and it's done very well on there. and also this paint along the lip line is, I believe, painted on top of the figure as well, and that's applied very nicely without too much paint bleed or slop on there, and very cool. But the rest of the head here is got that, like I said, the paint within the plastic. I think that's what it looks like to me, and it looks very well done on there. And you got that nice layer, adds a layer of depth, I think, and metallic sheen to the figure, and is really nice. Moving down here to the torso, you have the arc reactor there. I believe the reactor itself is painted on top of the plastic, as well as these little lights that are throughout the figure, and they're painted in that similar colored blue, which is cool on there. And in the comics are really bright pinpoints of light, but on a figure you got this lighter blue little pips throughout the suit, and it looks pretty cool. And then you have the sculpting detail here on the torso along the armor lines on the torso, actually kind of neat. Also in the neck area, very cool. And also on the shoulder and arms, you got the color difference of red and gold on there, pretty cool. Again, you got that that nice paint within the plastic for primarily the gold areas here, which is very cool on here. I believe the arms here, the red portions on the arms are painted on top in here, but moving down to the forearms, you can tell on the plastic here that it's got that paint within the plastic, which is pretty cool. You got more of that arc reactor like lighting there on the wrist, very nice. And the hands on these figures, you have one closed fist and one open palm there. You can see again nice lighting or effect on the palm, pretty nice. Moving down to the rest of the figure, you got more armor design along the leg on there, very cool. More lighting effect there, and again you got that paint within plastic effect along the legs, on the lower legs. Very cool, here in red and in gold. And here for, I guess you'd call the shoe. I don't know if it's really a boot or a shoe, since it's all part of his armor there, but got the color difference there, separation to make it look like a shoe there. Very cool. And on the bottom of the foot there, you got some repulsor technology there. Pretty cool. And just the back of the figure there. With this method that this newer method that Hasbro's used to apply the paint on there, you can tell it doesn't really have too much paint slop or bleed from one color to the next. The only parts where you see any paint slop, like right there, is because of the exterior paint applied. Like I said, right here on the arm, you got a little bit of paint slop there on the bicep. And I believe somewhere on the leg I saw earlier right here, which is some paint slop on there. Or actually, it's not really, looking at this particular one, it's not paint slop, but really a gap in the paint in the gold within the plastic. So you really can't fill that in unless you paint that on top of the plastic. But very nice design. I wish Hasbro would start using this more for armored figures, and really where the effect would be beneficial to the figure. Just really nicely designed. I like it a lot. Going over articulation for this Heroic Age Iron Man. The head is on a bald hinged joint combination. Allows the head to slide forward and back a little bit, as well as tilt downwards and upwards. I just pulled the head out. You can see the ball joint and the hinge right there. but you can get the head in an upward pose there, as well as all the way around, and slight side to side, not too much. The arms are on a ball hinge joint as well. Allows the arm to go all the way around at the shoulder, as well as out, not much, and in on a ratchety type joint. The biceps can go all the way around on a swivel. Double joints on the elbows, so added range of articulation for the arms at the elbow. The hands are on a swivel hinge joint, so you can bend the hand at the wrist downwards and upwards. Even though you have this piece of plastic over the wrist, you can still get the hand in an upward pose there, as well as go all the way around. There is a hinge at the torso, allows the torso to bend downwards about that much, up and that far back, quite a ways back, probably for some flight posing there. And the figure can go all the way around at the waist. And there's a ball socketed joint at the hip here, allows the leg to go upwards about that much, down and back a little bit, as well as out to the side about that much. There is a swivel cut at the thigh, allows the leg to turn all the way around. There are double joints at the knees, double hinge joints, so you can get the leg about that far back and this far forward. And there is a hinged joint at the ankle for the feet to allow the foot to bend up, but up about that much, and this far down. And there's a swivel to allow an ankle pivot on this figure, to pivot the ankle this much and this much around. Actually, you can get it all the way around on this kind of posing. So nice articulation, nice design, and one of my more favorite Iron Man figures, just due to this nice application of paint and plastic. It's just very, very cool. And nice to have one of the newer designed armors for Iron Man. This is my casual peek into the Marvel Legends Heroic Age Iron Man. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.